how softening your heart unlocks deep healing. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess X Goh, and I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you receive the latest video content to support and serve your trauma recovery journey. And to support my channel, please like my videos, comment below with any questions that you have or your reflections so I can acknowledge and honor you there. You can also share my videos with your loved ones who are in need of it. So let's get to it. I'm going to share with you a personal story, and this will help you to perhaps unlock something inside of you too. It's very easy to have expectations of how people should show up, whether it's our loved ones or strangers. And when we do that, we are creating judgment. We then become our worst inner critic. And so I attended this spiritual event, and I was given a blanket by one of the facilitators to lie down for a meditation. And then we had to go into a break and have some snacks before getting down again to receive the sound healing piece of it. And before I went back to my spot, this male participant took my blanket and just covered himself up in it. Now, it's really easy to start a fight about this. However, I was detached from it because for multiple reasons, I didn't feel it was appropriate for me to start an argument in a gentle, healing container. The other thing was I didn't see it as a massive issue for me to ask for my blanket back. And so I just surrendered to what was showing up, and I was simply just shown a test in my experiences with the masculine. So I laid down, and a facilitator asked, "Does anyone need a blanket?" And I put my hand up and I received a blanket. So it really showed when I choose to keep my heart open, not closed, when something isn't going my way, or if someone is invading my personal space or belongings, that it is simply just a test to keep your heart open, because the universe will always support you no matter what. The ego is looking to attach itself to the material and physical perspective of what's right and wrong. And so from that experience, I went back home and I went into a park, and I was walking a dog as I'm house sitting, and the dog all of a sudden, unexpectedly, started barking at this smaller dog. And it was a couple, and I could see the male owner try to kick the dog that I was looking after. And I was able to speak with the dog that I was looking after and put him on a lead, and he was repeating what I was saying, and I just walked away. I was not interested in engaging with him at all. And I didn't feel the need to apologize either, because that was out of my control. Dogs do what they need to do. And I also felt if I did say anything, that he might feed off something into it to make me feel that I was in the wrong. So that was just my assumption in my internal world that I was observing, based on the man's behaviors towards the dog I was looking after, that he didn't have compassion, and that's okay. And so I walked away, keeping things to myself and just going into this introspection. And I noticed that there was a theme of the masculine wanting to find a way to take something away from me or to interfere with my energetic space or my belongings. Let's say belongings, because that was actually the theme, is interfering with my belongings. And so I went back home and grounded in the courtyard, and I just reflected and tuned in. There's no right or wrong with what each of these male individuals have done. It's easy for me to put them in that box. But perhaps, with an open heart, they are just going through a rough day. Perhaps they feel the need to be in control. Perhaps they just can't think. They're just going with what they're feeling. Perhaps they were being triggered. Perhaps whatever it is that needs to show up is what is meant to show up. And so I poured all of this heavy negative energy from my interactions with these men out of my heart and into a rose and buried it into the earth, for the earth to take that away from me, to help me dissolve these frequencies that's in my field that I'm obviously attracting in my physical reality. And this whole time, I was not triggered. I was not even angry, because I gave myself permission to come in with an open heart. Sure, there were judgments that was coming through in my mind and feelings of unsafety, sure. However, I chose to keep my heart open and to be accepting of these experiences rather than resisting them and fighting them, because that would just reinforce victimization, blame, and even more pain. And it's really unnecessary for me to engage in that. So that is the same thing in terms of our personal relationships. They are the most difficult ones to navigate, such as our children, our parents, our siblings, our partners, because they are so close to our hearts. And it's very easy to shut down our hearts when we are engaging some form of chaos, projection, or triggers with them. And what we need to learn is, instead of shutting down our hearts and get into our head and speak from a place of judgment and feed into more pain and suffering into that container, what if we just open our hearts instead and see them from a place of compassion, acceptance with where they're at? And through that frequency, you then neutralize the situation. And this has been a wonderful practice for myself, that I can see that there are petty things that used to bug me that no longer bugs me anymore, because I'm not connecting and tuning into that frequency of chaos. And why is that? It's because there's always something that we need to clear within ourselves to be more incoherent with unity rather than division. And so when I keep focusing on taking personal responsibility that I'm the one that's holding this pain because I'm the one that's attracting all of these experiences, there's something in there for me that I need to clear. So I'm no longer projecting this into the energetic field that shows up in my physical reality. And so all of these experiences are a real gift to all of us. It's not a blow to the ego if we choose to see it from the lens of the ego, of our pain and suffering. then yes, those experiences are validated. But if we choose to see it from an open heart, we can see things from a place of love, compassion and acceptance and forgiveness, and to see the bigger picture rather than our own victimization, to see that someone else is suffering and that I don't need to get caught up in that suffering by suffering in that frequency. I can simply just hold space for that and hold space for my thoughts and my feelings and disconnect from that frequency of wanting to fight chaos or being addicted to drama. I don't need to engage in that frequency anymore when I keep my heart and my mind open. So I really hope that this serves you. You know, this has been a turning point in my relationship with my beautiful beloved, my soulmate. I use this tool when I find or catch myself being judgmental, and also with my mother. They have been great teachers for me to keep my heart open. Whenever I'm feeling tired, whenever I'm feeling emotional or grumpy or triggered, it's a reminder to keep my heart open, to take personal responsibility rather than constantly and continually projecting that pain onto them when it's not theirs to resolve. It's mine, and mine only to resolve, because it's my feelings, my thoughts, my pain. And this is where we can truly reclaim our personal power and sovereignty, when we go inward and reclaim the pain and transmute it and integrate it through embodiment, where we no longer need to get caught up in other people's dramas, triggering our own frequency of drama. If you like to dive deeper in clearing this, you're welcome to attend my winter solstice ancestral trauma clearing circle to clear the energetic karmic ties, any spells, curses that we've carried from our lineage. And this is a very strong transmission before we enter into the new year. If you can't attend live, you can receive the replay for 1 month, and you can listen to it as many times as you need to purge and clear and integrate from these karmic loads that's no longer serving us anymore. So you can click on the link in the video below or in the YouTube subscription to learn more and to book your spot. If you prefer to work with me on a face-to-face level, I am running my Transforming Trauma workshop and retreat in South Australia, and many more workshops which you can learn about in the link below. You can book a clarity call to see if this is right for you, to share any concerns and your desires, to what is it that you'd like to work through in order for us to work as a team for you to show up for your transformation. And I am also running my inner child healing course if you prefer to stay into the comfort of your own home and to go at your own pace with your healing journey, which is guided. And that is to help you transform wounds into wisdom through the different healing modalities and techniques that I share there, from my Transforming Trauma and my Conscious Relationship workshops, to regulate your nervous system, to heal fragmented versions of your inner children to come into coherence and wholeness, and to embody more of your happy inner child to come online. So if you'd like to learn more about that or to enroll into that container, you can click on the link below as well. If you prefer to work with me privately, I do run my 1-day tailored trauma recovery retreat, just you and me, and we focus on what it is that you like to work on, and you will also receive 1 month WhatsApp or Telegram support to continuate the momentum. You can also work with me in a 3-month container online, just you and myself, through Find Yourself and Trust mentorship. This is a high level container. It's not for everyone. It's for a high achiever individual who is ready to transform all areas of their life, where you can finally live a life beyond trauma and to sustain yourself from it. So I recommend you watch my free webinar before booking a free clarity call regarding my one-to-one containers to see if my work is right for you. So, my love, anything is possible for your healing journey, just like it has for me. I'm no one special. I'm not Jesus. I'm not Buddha. I'm just like you. And I've tried all sorts of things, and it's very clear to me what works and what is in embodiment and alignment with one's healing journey to transmute trauma, so you can surrender to trust. And I invite you to do the same for you as well. Instead of seeking all sorts of different experiences, what if you can just tune in with yourself and build the foundations right so you can set yourself up for life?